Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this video, we will start designing this hero section over here using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So this is how it looks. Now by default, we can see that we have this barren land over here, but when we hover over different places, we can see that we have this lush greenish area over here. We will start designing this hero section in this video. Let's get started. Now in this first video, we will just write the HTML and CSS, and in the next video, we will add the JavaScript. Now the first thing we need to do is we need to have two images. So we can see that we have this images folder over here, and in that we have these two images. We have hero before and hero after. Now these two images should be exactly the same aspect ratio and the camera angles and all those things, but it should have this different before and after effects. So you can easily create this type of images using ChatGPT. So you can just give it this image right here and then just explain to it that you want to create another image with the same camera angle and camera position, but just change it to some lush green vegetation or something, and you will get this type of image. So the first thing we need to do is get ready with these two images. Right, once you're done with that, we can just go ahead and start with writing the code. So first of all, let's create a file called index.html. Let's create another file called style.css. And let's create one more file called main.js. Let's start with the index.html file. Now in VS Code, you can just type exclamation and press tab, and you'll have this basic HTML5 code. Now here in the head section, let's link our CSS file. And in the body, I'll just link the JavaScript file. Now, first of all, let's start with the markup of our design. So let's create a section with a class of hero. And in this, we will have two images. So let's tap img tag, and in the source, let's tap images / hero before.webp, and you can add an appropriate alt tag over here. After that, let's create one more img tag, and in the source, let's tap images / hero after.webp. Alright, that's it with the images. Now let's create this text content. So let's create an h1, and let's add this inside a division. Let's give it a class of content, and in this h1, let's add this text. So let's tap bring barren land back to, and let's create a span for a different styling. So here let's tap life, and then we need to have this paragraph. So let's create a p tag. Let's add the text over here. Alright, so we have added the text, the image, and the h1. So let's open this in our browser and let's see how it looks. So I have this extension called live server installed in VS Code. So once you have this installed, you can just go ahead and right click in the HTML file and click on open with live server. And here we can see that our content is being displayed. We have the image, we have the second image as well, and then we have the text content. Alright, that's it with the HTML. Now let's go ahead and start with the CSS. So let's go to a style.css file, and first of all, let's target everything, and let's tap box sizing border box. Let's tap margin 0 and padding 0. So now we can see that we don't have any paddings or margins. And for the body, let's set the font family to Inter Sans Serif. Let's target the hero section. So we have this class of hero. So let's tap dot hero. Let's set the minimum height to 100 viewport height, and let's set the width to 100%. And then we need to have these images one above the other. So for that, let's set the position of the hero to relative, so that we can position the images relative to this hero section. So here let's target the images. So I'll just tap hero img, and let's tap position absolute. Let's tap inset 0 for setting the top, left, right, and bottom positions to 0. Let's set the width to 100% and height to 100%. And let's also set the object fit to cover, and let's tap pointer events to none for this. So now we can see that we have this image, and both the images are one on top of the other. Now what we need to do is we need to display this before image at the beginning, and for that, let's go ahead and go back to the HTML code, and for the second image, let's add a class. Let's give it a class of after. Let's also give a class of before for the other image. Right, now let's go back to the CSS, and let's target the after image. And first of all, let's create a variable called radius. Let's set it to 600 pixels. And let's also create another variable called reveal. Let's set it to radial gradient, and in that let's tap circle var. Let's set it to the radius variable that we just created, and let's tap at var, and we need to create two more variables for the x and the y axis. So here for the hero, let's create the variables. So here I'll just tap -x. Let's set it to 50% for the default, and y, let's set it to 50% as well. So we have these two variables, and we're going to change these using JavaScript later. Right, so here we have the radial gradient. So here we can see circle with this radius at var x and var y. So this is basically the position. And after that we need to add the colors. So let's tap #000 for the black color, and let's tap 0 45%. And for the next color, let's type RGB 000 70% for the opacity, and let's tap 60% for the color amount, and let's tap RGB 000 and 30% for the opacity, and let's tap 75% over here. And then lastly, let's tap transparent, and let's tap 100%. So this will give us this blur effect for this circle. Alright, now let's go ahead and use this reveal variable. So let's type webkit mask image. Let's type var reveal, and let's do the same for mask image so that we can support most of the browsers. So let's type var reveal. So now if we go back to our website, we can see that the middle portion of the image is displayed over here. So the circle is working all right. Now by default, the opacity of this after image will be 0. So let's tap opacity 0. And for the opacity, let's also add a transition. So let's tap transition. Let's set it to opacity 0.5 seconds, and let's tap cubic bezier for the easing. Let's tap 0.33, 1, 0.68, and 1. So now we don't have the after image displayed over here. Now here let's type .hero :hover after. So when you hover over this hero section, we want to set the opacity to 1. So right now we don't have it displayed over here, but if you hover over this hero section, we can see that the second image is being displayed. Right, now let's style the text content. So we have this division of the class of content. Let's target that. I'll just type content over here, and let's set the position to absolute. Let's set the z index to 1 so that it's above the other elements. Now for the left, let's set the value to, let's try 7%, and for bottom, let's set the value to 12%. So this is how it looks. We'll also change the color of the text to white. So let's do that in the hero. So here for the hero selector, let's type color. Let's set it to white. Now let's go back, and here for the content, let's set the max width to 650 pixels. Let's add some text shadow. Let's set it to 0, 2 pixels, 20 pixels. RGB 000, and let's try 50%. So now we have some text shadow. Now let's target the H1. So let's type H1 over here, and let's set the margin bottom to 1 rem. Let's type font size. Let's set it to clamp 2.5 rem, 6 viewport width, and 5 rem. So this is basically responsive font size. Let's also set the line height. Let's try 0.9, or let's try 1.1. Alright, let's also set the letter spacing. Let's set it to -0.01 m. Let's try 0.04 m, and I think that looks alright. Right, now for life, we need to have a different color. So let's go back, and let's target the span inside the H1. So here we can see we have created a span for the word life. So let's type H1 span, and we'll just change the color. Let's set it to 7ED957. So here we can see we have a different color for life. Right, now let's target the paragraph. So let's type P, max width of 520 pixels, font size of 1.1 rem and line height of 1.6. Alright, so with that we have written the HTML and CSS of this design. Now in the next video I'll show you how to add the functionality of this hover reveal effect using JavaScript. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below, and if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.